everyone and welcome. I'm so glad you are tuning in today. Whether you are a business student trying to your next exam, an aspiring entrepreneur waiting to launch your own brand, or simply a curious consumer wondering why you buy the things you buy, you are in the right place. Today, we are spending the next 13 minutes together to complete unpack the messy, exciting, and dynamic world of marketing. Now, let's start with a very honest question. When you hear the word marketing, what the first thing that pops into your head? For a lot of people, marketing means a fancy television commercial. For others, it's this annoying pop-up ads that interrupt your favorite YouTube video, or maybe a small talking sales profession trying to convince you to buy a product you don't actually want or need. Because of this, marketing sometimes gets a bad reputation. People think it's just about manipulation, exaggerating, or trickery. But today, I want to completely shift your perspective. True marketing is none of those things. In fact, advertising is just a tiny, visible tip of a massive iceberg. At its the fundamental core, marketing is the art and science of identifying human needs, creating valuable solutions to meet those needs, and building long-term, mutually beneficial relationship with your customer. Think about it this way: selling is trying to get rid of what you have, while marketing is making sure you have exactly what the customer actually wants. Marketing begins long before a product is even manufactured, and it continues long after the customer hands over their money. Over our season today, we are going to walk through the complete life cycle of marketing. We will look at how our clients, brand analysts, their audience, how they strategically design their offerings, how they navigate the massive shift from traditional media to digital platform, and finally, we will break down the common pitfalls that cause business to fall. So grab a notebook, get comfortable, and let's dive right in. Imagine you have a fantastic idea for a new product. Let's say it's a premium high-tech water bottle that tracks how much water you drink and reminds you to stay hydrated. You may think, wow, everyone needs water, so my target market is absolutely everyone on earth. If you make the assumption, you have just committed the number one mistake in the business. In marketing is a fundamental truth. If you try to target everybody, you end up targeting nobody. You cannot be everything to everyone. Your budget will be squashed, your message will be diluted, and your product will get lost in the news. To prevent this, professional market rely on a foundational, their step strategic framework called STP. It stands for segmentation, targeting, and positioning. Let's break this down one by one, because this framework is the absolute bedrock of any successful marketing campaign. The first step is segmentation. This is the process of taking a massive, diverse population of potential customers and slicing it up into smaller, manageable group of people who share similar characteristics, needs, or behavior. Think of it like cutting a giant pizza into different slices. We generally segment a market using four main variables. First, we have demographic segmentation. This divides the market based on easily measurable traits like age, gender, income, occupation, education, or family size. For example, a luxury watch company will look for high income segment, while a gaming console company may look at age bracket. Second is geographic segmentation, which group people based on where they live, their country, city population density, or even the climate. Wouldn't try to market to have winter close to people living in tropical climate, right? That sound obvious, but you be surprised how many business fail to account for geography. Three, and my personal favorite is psychographic segmentation. This goes much deeper than just a location. It looks at the human physiology, your lifestyle, your social class, your values, your interests, and your personality traits. This is where we look at people who care deeply about environmental sustainability, or people who value extreme fitness, or thus we say social status. Four is behavioral segmentation. This look at how consumers actually interact with a product, how often do they buy it, are they brand loyal, or do they always buy whatever is on sale? What specific benefit are they looking for? Are they buying toothpaste for teeth whitening or because they have sensitive teeth? Once you have done your research and divided the market into all these different slices, you move to the second step of the framework, targeting. This is where you look at all your pizza slices, evaluate them, and that's it. With specific slice or slice I'm going to serve. You choose your target market. You will look at which segment is large enough to be profitable, which segment is growing, and most importantly, which segment aligns best with what your company is good at. Going back to our heritage water bottle example, you make this set your perfect target market is not of everyone but rather tech-savvy fitness enthusiasts aged 20 to 25 who live in urban areas in highly value personal wellness. Suddenly, your focus becomes incredibly short. The third and final step of the strategic path is positioning. Now that you know exactly who your target market is, you have to decide how you want your product to be perceived in their minds. Positioning is all about owning a specific piece of mental real estate relative to your competitor. When I say the word Volvo, what is the very first word that pops into your head? For most of you, it's safety. When I say Apple, you think innovation or premium design. When I say McDonald's, you think fast, cheap, and consistent. These automatic mental associating are not accident. They are the result of years of masterful, deliberate positioning. To positioning your product correctly, you must create a clear value proposition. You need to answer one crucial question from the consumer perspective. Why should I buy from you instead of your competitor? If your positioning is clear, your target market will immediately understand why you are the perfect choice for them. Once you have established your strategic product STP, you know your segment, you live like in your target market, and you know your positioning. It is time to move from strategy to execution. How do you actually bring this strategy to life in the marketplace? You do it using a class tactical toolkit, known as the marketing mix, famously referred to as the 4Ps. The 4Ps are product, price, place, and promotion. Think of this as for interconnected gears in a machine. If one gear is out of alignment, the whole machine grinds to a painful halt. Let's examine each gear thoroughly. The first P is product. This is the actual offering that you are bringing to the target market to status their want their want or need. A product can be a physical, tangible good like a pair of sneakers, a cup of coffee, or a car, or it can be an intelligible service like a bank account, a haircut, a streaming platform subscription, or consulting advice. When you are designing product, you cannot just think about its basic features. You have to think about what we call the core customer value. What problem are you actually solving? A consumer doesn't just buy a quarter-inch drill bit because they want a piece of metal. They buy it because they want a quarter-inch hole in their wall to hang a picture of their family. A luxury fashion brand is not just selling fabric and buttons. They are selling confidence, status, and belonging. As a market, you must always focus on the underlying emotional or practical solution your product provides. You also need to manage the product, packing, its branding, its quality level, and its life cycle, ensuring it's staying relevant as consumer tastes change over time. The second P is price. This is the amount of money, time, or effort that a customer must sacrifice to obtain your product. Pricing is one of the most powerful, yet dangerous tools in your entire marketing mix because it directly impacts your revenue and critically shapes consumer psychology. If you price your product too low, you may generate a lot of sales volume, but the consumer may look at it and assume, wow, this is incredible cheap, it must be poorly made. On the flip side, if you price too high without justifying the value, consumer will simply ignore you. Marketers use several different pricing strategies depending on their goals. For instance, there is penetrating pricing, where you enter a new market with an incredibly low price to attract customers quickly, keep the market share, and scare off competitors, with the plan to raise price later on your stabilized. Then there is the upside strategy, price skimming, which is often used by giants. They launch a revolutionary new product at an extremely high price to skim the top players of the market. The early adopters who are willing to pay a premium just to have the latest gadget. Over time, as competitors enter the market, they gradually lower the price to appeal to more price-sensitive players of the population. The third P is place, which is often referred to as distribution. How does your product physically get from your warehouse or factory into the actual hands of the final customer? You have to choose the right channels. Will you sell directly to the consumer through your own website or your own retail flagship stores? This gives you complete control over the customer experience and higher profit margin, but it is incredibly difficult and expensive to scale. Or will you use in indirect channel, partnering with wholesalers, brokers, and retail giants? Selling through a major supermarket or massive e-commerce platform give you instant access to a million of customers, but you lose control over how your product is displayed. and this middleman will take a significant cut of your profit. The golden rule of the place variable is simply you must make your product available where it is most convenient for your specific target market to buy it. The fourth and final P is promotion. This is the part of marketing that everyone sees and recognizes. Promotion encompasses the entire mix of tools you use to communication your message, build awareness, and persuade people to buy. It includes traditional advertising on TV and billboards, public relations to build a positive company image, seller promotion like buy one get one free, coupons, and personal selling through Salesforce. The modern challenge with promotion is achieving what we call integrated marketing communication. This means that no matter where a customer encounters your brand, whether it's a billboard on the highway, an Instagram post, a customer service phone call, or the packing on a store shelf, the message, the tone, and the brand value must feel completely identical, unified, and consistent. Remember, all uh, 4PS must tell the exact same story. You cannot design a high quality luxury product, price it an ultra premium level, sell it a cheap free market, and promote it using low quality, spammy pop-up ads. Every single element must work in perfect harmony to support your core STP strategy. Now that we have covered the timeless framework of marketing, we have to address how the game has completely changed over the last two decades. The rise of the internet, smartphone, and social media has triggered the biggest revolution in business history, dividing the field into two major eras: traditional marketing and digital marketing. To be a successful modern marketer, you must understand both because they operate on completely different philosophies. Traditional marketing relies heavily on mass media channels to push a message out to a giant audience. Think of television commercial, radio spot, giant billboards on the highway, newspaper, magazine, and direct mail flyer. This approach is rooted in what we call outbound marketing or interruption marketing. The philosophy here is simple. You buy a space, a medium where thousands of people are paying attention, and you interrupt uh, their experience to shout about your product. You interrupt their favorite TV show with a commercial, or you block their view of the landscape with a billboard. Traditional marketing has undeniable strength. If you are a global brand launching a new soda or a mainstream car, a prime time TV commercial can put your brand in front of millions of eyeballs in a matter of seconds, building massive brand awareness overnight. However, traditional marketing has massive, glaring flaws in the modern era. First, first is it is incredibly expensive, often costing hundreds of thousands of dollars, which completely locks a small business. Second, it is a one-way street. You shout your message at the consumer, but they cannot talk back, ask questions, or engage with you. Third, and most importantly, it is incredibly difficult to measure. There is a famous country outfit by a businessman named John Wanamaker who said, "Half the money I spend on advertising is lost. The trouble is I don't know which half. When you put up a billboard, you can guess how many cars drove past it, but you have absolutely no way of knowing exactly how many people look at it, remember it, and walk it into a store to buy your product because of it. This brings this brings us to the rise of the digital marketing, which turned the entire industry upside down. Digital marketing leverages online channels like search engines, social media platforms, email, website, and mobile apps to connect with consumers. Instead of using outbound static, digital marketing heavily relies on inbound marketing. The philosophy shifts from chasing down customer to creating highly valuable online content that draw customer to your brand naturally when they are already searching for a solution. Think about how you use the internet. If your laptop breaks, you don't wait for a TV commercial to tell you what to do. You go to Google and type in best reliable laptop for student. If a test company has invested in search engine optimization and content marketing, their helpful review article or video will pop up at the top of your search result. You click on it, read their expert advice, build trust with their brand, and eventually buy from them. They didn't interrupt your day, they solve your problem at the exact moment you need it. Digital marketing has their distinct superpowers over the traditional media. The first superpower is hyper-targeting. With a traditional billboard, everyone drives past it. Kids, readers, people who don't even own a car is highly innovation. With digital advertising on platforms like Meta or Google, you can target your audience with terrifying precision. You can tell the platform only show my ad to people aged 22 to 25 who live within a 5-mile radius of my shop, who are interested in specialty coffee and who currently use an iPhone. This means every single dollar of your marketing budget is spent targeting a highly qualified lead. The second superpower is two-way interaction. Digital marketing turns a cold corporate announcement into a live conversation. Consumer can comment on your posts, leave honest review, send direct message, and share your content with their friend. This allows brands to build an active, loyal community around their product, turning casual buyer into passionate brand advocates. The three superpower is real-time measurability. In digital marketing, guessing is completely eliminated. You have access to precise, immediate data analysis. You know exactly how many people saw your ad, how many clicked on it, how long they stayed on your website, what items they put in their shopping cart, and exactly how many of those clicks convert into an actual sale. If an ad campaign is not working, you don't have to wait months to find out. You can see the data within 2 hours post the campaign, adjust your strategy, and save your budget. However, do not fall into the trap of thinking traditional marketing is completely dead. The most sophisticated global companies use a hybrid strategy. They use traditional media to build massive emotional brand awareness, and they use digital marketing to capture leads, drive conversions, and nurture ongoing customer relationships. As we enter the final stretch of our masterclass today, I want to take a moment to look at the dark side of marketing. Why do so many marketing campaigns fail? You can understand STP, you can know your 4PS and you can run digital ads. But if you fall into these common traps, your business will suffer. Let's tell about these pitfalls so you can avoid them. The first major pitfall is competing solely on price. When sales drop or a new competitor enters the market, many untrained business owners immediately panic and slash their price. They start a discount war while lowering your price may give you a brief temporary spike in sales. It is a race to the bottom. There will always be someone willing to sell a product cheaper than you. And eventually, your profit margin will dry up completely. Furthermore, constant discounting erodes your brand equity. If your product is always on sale for 50% off, customer will start to realize, oh, this product is not actually worth the original price. Instead of competing on price, focus on increasing your perceived value. Make your product better, improve your customer service, or build a stronger brand narrative so that customers are happy to pay a premium. The second pitfall is ignoring the existing customer. A massive amount of business spend 100% of their marketing budget trying to acquire new customers. They are obsessed with followers accounts, new website clicks, and fresh leads. But basic business data prove that acquiring a brand new customer is anywhere from 5 to 25 times more expensive than retaining an existing one. Plus, your current customers are already familiar with you. They trust you and they are far more likely to buy your new product rollouts. Never neglect the people who have already spend time creating loyalty programs, sending personalized email updates, and providing exceptional post-purchase support. Happy customers become a self-sustaining market engine through word of mouth recommendation. The third and most dangerous pitfalls is focusing on features instead of benefits. I want to reiterate this because it is the golden rule of marketing. Never fall so deeply in love with your own product that you forget the human being using it. A consumer does not care about the technical specification of your software. They care about how much time your software is going to save them so they can go home early and spend time with their family. They don't care about the complex ingredients in your skincare product. They care about the confidence they will feel when their skin clears up. Always read your copy, design your ads, and tell your stories through the lens of the consumer's transformation. To bring our season to a meaningful close, let's quickly summarize the journey we took today. We learned that marketing is not about salting or manipulation. It is about creating genuine value. We learned that before you act, you must lay a strategic foundation using STP to find your perfect target market and define your unique positioning. We discovered how to seamlessly execute that strategy using the 4PS of the marketing mix, ensuring that product, price, place, and promotion sing the exact same tune. We explored the massive evolution from the wide net of traditional marketing to the data-driven, hyper-target world of digital marketing. And finally, we discussed the critical importance of protecting your profit margin and taking care of your existing customer base. If there is only one single piece of advice you take away from this entire video, let it be this. Good marketing tells an engineering story, but great marketing solves a real human problem. Focus intensely on adding value to your customers' life, listen to their feedback with humility, and your business will naturally thrive. Thank you all so much for your time and attention today. Truly hope this masterclass gave you a clear, comprehensive roadmap into the fascinating world of marketing. If you found this lesson valuable, please hit the like button, share this video with a classmate or a fellow entrepreneur who needs to hear this, and drop a comment down below telling me which marketing concept or brand example resonate with you the most. Keep learning, keep innovating, stay creative, and I will see you all in the next season. Have a fantastic day and happy marketing! Bye bye!